Yo, welcome back to another quick podcast slash episode, video, whatever you want to call it. This video is just a team update on NRL Fantasy, which is something I quite enjoy doing in the background, besides obviously focusing on Supercoach draft. So this is my team currently. We have made 31 trades. We have 67k in the bank. We are ranked 4,000th out of 2,300,000. Is that right? 2,300, something like that. So yeah, we're doing okay. We had a really slow start due to just a bit of an approach of I anti-potted Kalen Ponga, which meant we had to take a few lumps early days, but we have immediately bounced back. It's all good. Yeah, and then Yo sort of has been hitting his stride when I anti-potted with Adam Fanua-Blake. So just a few decisions like that. We got most of the cashies. Probably could have gone earlier on Jenkins, who I've brought in this week, but so far so good. Pretty happy with the team. But the reason I'm making the video in week 5 or like round 5 is because I think this is probably the defining week so far this season. There was... actually, that's probably a lie. It was probably a little bit 2 weeks ago. If you didn't get Haas, that would have been the thing. But I think most people competitively probably found their way to Haas pretty quickly. In fact, I can't even remember who I traded to get to Haas, now that I look at him there. Oh, it was Dylan Lucas. Yeah, so I think a lot of people would have had the same situation. So anyway, this is a big week. There is so many cash cows. One of the biggest moves you can make this week with so much risk but so much upside attached to it is the Thomas Khan trade. Okay, or Thomas Kant, however you want to call it. I really want to do it for fun, but I've got to stick to my principles this season. Last year, I sort of fell into what the crowd was doing a little bit too much because it's really tempting. You really enjoy, doing what people are doing. It takes a lot of the risk and the anxiety away if you feel like you're doing what people recommend, you're doing what, you see in the social media space. But this year, I'm just going to stick to my principles. Probably the two major issues I've got right now is I have Harry Grant, who up until now has not been terrific. Harry Grant, 40 with a try, 39. Last week he kind of salvaged it. He got through some tackles in the mud, but there just is not enough from Harry Grant right now, and it's looking like probably the big mistake. But with the emergence of Peter Mamo and whatnot, I think, and Riley Smith as a cheapie, next week we have options to get off Harry Grant. But part of me just wants to hold him up until Origin and get off then. He'll probably lose a bit of money, which is what it is, but we'll just sort of see. But yeah, I have some pretty major goals I'm chasing in regard to like targets and sticking to some principles I've built up this season. So that's what I'm doing. This is where we're at. League-wise, I'm not doing great. As I said, I think I had two really slow rounds at the start, but we're sort of building into it now, which we like. Really want to start with Jamie Humphries. I was a little bit late too. I think I might have got him a week late, or maybe it was 2 weeks late, and so that was a mistake. Got him in my draft leagues and whatnot, but just the way I'd built my team out in this platform to start. But hey, look, I saved a trade last week, got early on Katonga, which I liked. I had to make a choice between him and Jenkins. Last minute went Katonga, missed Jenkins 53, which is fine. So yeah, I'm okay. I see a lot of the top teams are fully down to 30. I saved one myself. And I think with the way I'm going, there should be an opportunity to save some trades in a couple of weeks. So yeah, feeling good about it. I think this week, as I said, is the week where if you want to really take a gamble, say you're like in the top 20,000, you feel like you're a little bit out of touch, I think the Thomas Kant gamble could be the one where you could get 60 plus points back-to-back weeks, make a lot of money, yada yada. Could be the go. And yeah, I think the decisions that have to be made in the next couple of weeks are going to be really interesting. Like, is Horsburgh regressing? In Supercoach, he's a hold because he's dual. It's a bit different. But in this game, I don't want 630k pumping out of 48, which is fine, but is he trending in the wrong direction? I don't know. And Harry Grant, I need to figure that out. But yeah, like the Horsburgh, do you hold or go? Toa, when do you pull the plug on Toa? When do you get Nico Hines? Do you go from Humphreys? Look at the price. They're only 130k difference. Like, without goal kicking, what's the impact to Humphreys? All these sorts of questions. The Iongi hold, that's risky. I'm holding Iongi. I don't think a lot of people are going to have much more patience for him. These cashies are coming up. Yeah, really hectic couple of weeks in the NRL fantasy space for those sort of in the top 20k, such as myself. But see how I go. Trades this week, I have brought in Beau Fermor, who is someone I really want to start with. It just didn't work out in the sense that I did go Dylan Lucas because I actually just love Dylan Lucas and, wanted him in my team. And unfortunately, he got injured because at the start it looked like a really good choice, but it meant I couldn't get Fermor and Lucas. So, yeah, I've got my boy in. I could go Thomas Camp, but I'm just going to follow my process, follow my plan, and then Jenkins, who is the no-brainer. As I said, could have gone early last week, but I chose the Kautonga move, which, at the end, everyone has to get one of these guys, probably, potentially, eventually. Kautonga, you're going to say, Kautonga has more risk. At the time, I didn't think that was the case, and now we've got only Riley Smith. It's a bit scary, just that bench, but he's got, I think, back-to-back 80 minutes, has he? That was that. So that was the risk. He got on 60, 67, and then this week I was like, yep. So I'm glad to get on him with a 44. That's a good improvement. He's ramping up. Tackle base is solid. The mists aren't too bad from last week. That's pretty poor. And then way better run meters in the 80. So, I think he adapted pretty well from what I saw from him in the game. So I'm okay with that. And Jenkins, I think you just got to get on that price rise, especially in an area like wing fullback. I've never cared less about it. I couldn't be bothered. So, there's my thoughts as a team update on NRL Fantasy. If you are new here or you prefer when I do NRL Fantasy, just comment below how often you'd like a video on it. It's not sort of something I do too much content on, but we do a live show on Tuesday for waivers for draft. So feel free to jump in there if you do want to ask any questions around NRL Fantasy. I can happily answer in there. And we do have a channel in our Discord for NRL Fantasy if that floats your boat too. But anyway, that's an update. I'll check back in as soon as you guys want. So just let me know in the comments if you do want that. In the meantime, enjoy. And good luck with your trades this week. This is a big couple of weeks coming up.